There, man, we up in the cube. See, they got the star right there. The star would be the 0. The 1 would be the moon. The star symbolizes the sun. 5-star general. You know what I mean? You see up in here, they already conditioning the people to perpetuate the poison, the spell. I mean, they're supposed to nurse people back to health, but they governing their genetics to be on the lunar frequency, so when they die, they soul or spirit, or soul just go straight to the damn spirit world, which is this planet. You know what I mean? It's the pyramid. See, they got the shields right here, man. And they got the rod, the staff. So I already know that Masons own this facility. You know what I mean? Already know that this right here is the Mason. See, they got the pillars right here, twin pillars. You know what I'm saying? I already know what that is. You're gonna just get a quick little video out here. Yeah, man. They say the sun rises on the horizon, but the horizon is supposed to be like a flat line. This earth is supposed to be a circle. So why does the sun rise on the horizon? Because horizon, you know, horizontal. Which means across. See, they got the Ra star right there. Looking at the real planet. That right there is converting this into what the humans breathe, what they call air. Now right now, you know, you look at the sun and you be like, yo, that's bright as hell. It's only bright because, you know, the God rays vibrating low, but right there, man, that's like regular, man. It's actually abnormal, man, for the God rays, the carbonated beings, man, to be vibrating low, man. Vibrating low on this planet, man. Energy became in sync with the hybrid planet. Yeah, man, but the sun converts the, you know what I'm saying, the salt water into air, what they call air, so the humans can breathe, you know. That's why it got salt in it. You know, salt serves as a preservation method which can be used to eliminate bacteria or pollutants. And I'm not talking about that fake salt, the real salt, crystals. That's why you will hear about the ancients using salt to preserve meat. That's why your body has salt in it, because it's preserving your flesh. You know what I mean? Something to think about. Yeah, man. So the sun does a lot of things, man. It's converting that water into the air that they call, well, the energy that they call air. You know what I mean? Somebody asked me, how old am I? Yo, man, there is no such thing as an age, man. When people ask you what age, how old are you, or what's your age, they really talking about what star portal that you came through in regards to the zodiacs. I don't subscribe to no age, man. You know what I'm saying? Because energy was never created and it could never be destroyed. So if you was to ask how old I am, I'm older than numbers. Let's put it like that. There was a point in time when numbers was created. My energy, the soul, who I am, the soul inside this body, never had a beginning. So therefore, I'm older than numbers. There is no number that could calculate how old I am. And numbers give you the illusion that it's infinite. Because infinity doesn't have anything to do with something that's recycling. You know, like you see the numbers go from 0 to 9. You know what I'm saying? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then it goes to 10. And that's like an illusion to make you think that it's actually continuous when it's not. Because continuous has nothing to do with looping. It has nothing to do with doing the same thing. It just has to do with keep moving forward. This cycle that we living in is an illusion because we keep doing the same thing over and over. Time is a loop. The future has nothing to do with time, because there will come a point in time, or should I say there will come a point in the future where time no longer exists. When you leave this planet, there is no time. That just got to do with the position of the sun to certain planets. Right now it's like they say it's 124. That's degrees they talking about. It's not really time. That's degrees. When you're looking at GPS coordinates. Let me see if I could pull up a GPS coordinate real quick to show y'all what I'm talking about, man. To show you how the matrix is so heavily intertwined. Let me put in a regular. Let me just put in any address, man. See if it'll show up here. Oh, it ain't even coming up now. Word, it ain't coming up now. But y'all know how the GPS do, and they show you the latitude and the longitude, vertical and horizon or horizontal. You know what I'm saying? They basically showing you position. That's why it's called a GPS. It stands for global position. Those numbers symbolizes a position, but that's like sort of like high time, because it's more numbers. It's higher time that you're looking at. In other words, higher degrees or higher angles. But when you're looking at this right here, this got to do with the low time. The time that people could understand, but they can't understand the high time. High time takes more brain power because you calculating more. When you processing more numbers, you calculating more. So they train people to understand the low time, 124. You know what I mean? Straight up. But energy is older than numbers. The soul is older than numbers. The soul never had a beginning. I'm the soul inside of the body, and the soul never had a beginning. The soul is older than numbers. Numbers had a beginning. So how old I am, I don't have an age, but the age got to do with the zodiac. What zodiac constellation did my soul come through? The Stargate. The Stargate is the sun. You got two Stargates. The twin suns. You got one which is the sun, that's obvious, and then you got another one which is the moon, which is the artificial sun. Represent the lower frequency energetic beings, or energetic life forces. I ain't gonna call them beings. So based upon the zodiac constellation, which alignment that you came through, that's the age. Zodiac age. That's the, you know what I'm saying, the age. You either could come through a solar stargate, or you could come through the lunar gate. But the way how they do it right now, they got everybody focusing on the lunar gate, as far as when they talking about numerology, and you will look at your numbers and your charts and all that, and you will like see certain attributes that you're supposed to have in regards to your zodiac. They will say, well, this is your number, this is your color. There's no such thing as a color, but it's a vibration, a frequency. They be like, this is your number, this is your color, this is what's your goods and your bads. But notice that everything that they're describing is mundane. They describe everything mundane because that's part of the matrix. Lunar, The moon is part of the matrix. Some of you people say that the moon came from the earth. I don't subscribe to that, but let's just hypothetically say that that's true. Then that would mean the moon, if the moon came from the earth, and we all know that the moon is artificial, well, then that would mean the damn earth is artificial as well. You people out there who claim that the moon came from the earth, but let's just say the moon did come from the earth. Well, then that would mean the earth is artificial because the moon is artificial. It was created. Earth was created. So it's a hybrid. And you gotta know a hybrid is a crossbreed. It's a crossbreed. A crossbreed genetics. Meaning that the genes is not, should I say, exclusive. It has multiple external genes existing in that body. That's what the hybrid is. So when you hear about people talking about like mixed races, I done did videos in the past talking about how they could crossbreed puppies and animals and things like that. But when people do it, they don't think that they a hybrid. When you hear about people talk about they mix to get that good baby here, you're talking about a hybrid. You're talking about something that is not real. Something that will get mixed out of existence because it is not real. In other words, the genes, when you crossbreed things, when you cross the genetics of certain life, certain bodies, apparatuses, it has a clock on it. It has a clock, a genetic clock on it, indicating how many times that genes could be mixed down until it's no longer in existence. In other words, until the genes collapse on itself and it no longer could be brought through in existence. You know what I mean? But yeah, they got it focusing on mundane things. See, they don't be talking about the solar chart. They don't talk about the solar gates. When you're looking at stories like, when you look at the stories that got to do with like Cain and Abel, and they will show you in the movie the 10 Commandments. When you're looking at Cain and Abel, you see that Cain was someone who was vibrating on a lunar frequency. He was jealous, he was envious, he was basically the ego. Then you look at somebody like Abel. He was somebody who had a certain level of order in his life. Why? Because he represented the sun. He represented the sun, which is order. The sun is keeping everything in order right now. The sun is keeping everything in order. The moon causes the chaos. So the Abel would be the sun that's in space, and Cain would be the moon. The chaos, the distortion, the one who wants to carry themselves on the egotistical frequency. Oh, I don't want to give you this much offering. Why I got to give you all of this? Messed around and slayed his brother, killed his brother. Killed his brother because he was vibrating on that lunar frequency, the moon. And they got numerology associated with all lunar frequencies. Because they don't really talk about going to no high frequency dimensions in regards to the solar realms. They will talk about going to high dimensions that exist in Earth. As I stated before, you got low frequencies, but within those low frequencies, you got mids and you got highs. You got mids and highs that's operating in low frequencies. For example, this planet is low frequency. You're looking at last gen animals, you're looking at ultra low frequency beings. When you look at the human race, you're looking at low to mid frequency beings. But those lows and the mids compared to the last gen animals, ultra low, would be high. They could do a little more. They could build, make boats, cars. You know what I'm saying? They still got the animal genetics, but they have a certain level of architectural capabilities, man, because that's the presence of the God gene. When you see them being able to do things like this, that's the presence of the God gene that went into their genetics, that went into the animal genetics. Every time you see humans do things like this, where they building and creating, because that's what gods do, create. You know what I'm saying? When you see them building boats and planes and streets and cars and tablets and all that, that is the sign of the God gene that is inside of the animal body. When you're looking at a regular animal, a straight hybrid animal, you know what I'm saying? You're looking at a straight animal. When you're looking at things like this, you're looking at what God does, man. Things on a higher dimension, man. Because you got to have higher dimensional perception in order to do this. Because this kind of building is third and fourth dimensional building, man. The fourth dimension got to do with manipulating matter. Ain't they manipulating matter right now? You're already in the fourth dimension. You know what I mean? But yeah, the age just got to do, or how old you are, just got to do with what zodiac constellation you came through, and the the oldness, or how old you are, just means how long your body been on this planet in this particular time frame, time zone. Doesn't mean how old you are. It just means how long this vessel that your soul or your spirit is occupying been on this planet. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with you as the energy source that's inside of the body, because that has no age. That has no name. It's beyond names. Names was created. Names are hybrids. As I stated before, when you go to those higher frequency dimensions, they speak vibrations. They speak sigils. They don't speak names. Names are a diluted way to express high frequency communication. Why? Because mental telepathy is a high form of communication. Solar mental telepathy, when those images burn, you shoot those images out and it's fire that's coming out those vibrations. It burns, man. When you vibrating low, it burns. You know what I'm saying? But we being on a planet now that's vibrating low, we use low forms of communication, which is a hybrid language. How do we know it's a hybrid? Because all languages that people speak on this planet was created. The A is the first letter and the Z is the last letter in alphabet, in English alphabet. So therefore, if it had a beginning, A, it has an end, Z. So therefore, it's a hybrid. It's not a real language that we're speaking. And that's with all these languages, these spoken languages that people are speaking. It don't matter what language it is. But the mental telepathy, the vibrational sigil, that's the real language. I stated before, when you're looking at those hieroglyphs, the real hieroglyphs, I ain't talking about the hieroglyphs when they showing the people. I'm talking about the real hieroglyphs, which is ether energy signatures that brands. It burns. The real hieroglyphs. That's the language of the sun. That's the language of the soul race. That's the language that's encoded in photons that's being sent to the planet right now. How do you communicate with the sun? You do this. You gaze. Your soul has to connect to the sun because your soul is real. Your soul has to communicate with the sun. Your soul is real. Your body cannot communicate with the sun because, as I stated before, even though the body is authentic, but when you compare it to the soul, it is artificial because the soul is the real light body. The flesh is the matter body, the body of matter, but your soul is the body of light, the real energy, the only real light. Not this fake light that you're seeing right here when they turn this electricity on and it gives you this fake light coming from these light bulbs. And the light bulb is an artificial sun because the bulb is a crystal. Why? Because it's glass. Glass is a crystal. Well, I've been to the sun and it's a crystal, a megalithic crystal city. Things up there is vibrating so goddamn hot, man. I mean, you see how hot it is right now, and we so far away from the sun, yo, bruh, we vibrating low, son. You gotta charge, man. You gotta just let your eyes, man, hit the sun. And you got crystals in your eyes too. At the back of your eye, there's crystals that's in your eye that filters and relays it, because the frequency of the sun is so strong that it has to go through multiple channels of being diluted. Because when anything is being translated, it's being stripped down of its integrity and diluted. So that's why that's why the ozone has multiple layers. The ozone has multiple layers because it serves as a filtering mechanism to dilute the sunlight, because it's so high, it's too high. If the sunlight was coming in this planet in its purest form, these creatures on the planet would cease to exist. That's why they say if God was to stand next to you, you would die. Because God is vibrating too high. And for the mere fact God is vibrating too high, when you have low frequency beings that come in the circumference of God, the particles that keep the body together would explode. It would push and separate. That's why you would die. Because the vibration of God is too strong. And that vibration will be channeled through your body, and it will start detaching the particles that keep your body together, because there is a vibrational tone that's keeping your body together. But if you go into a high frequency dimension with a low frequency body, you would cease to exist. All the particles will separate. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of well, I ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, man, the real, you got to gaze, you got to charge up, man. Drake told you to charge up. Charge up, player, charge up that damn soul. The same way how they could show you a hot air balloon that's flying. How does a hot air balloon fly? Because of what? Heat. They pull the thing down, and then the fire, and they throw mad heat in the balloon. And then it rises. It flies. Well, how is it able to do that? Because the energy inside of the balloon is constantly being ignited or charged up by the fire. Every time he pulls that lever, it gets hotter and it rises high. Well, the reason why we ain't flying right now is because our souls is vibrating on the frequency of the moon. All got to do with magnetism. You gotta know that magnetism is like a coded language. When people say magnetism, that basically means something that is coded. Magnetism deal with codes. So when they talking about magnetism, they basically saying that is a code, something that is coded. So what they call gravity is really magnetism, and it has to do with a series of codes. Why? Because a code, what? A code locks you in. A code is something that locks you in. Ain't we locked into the ground? Yo, man, the code, to break the code is right there, man. It's been here all the damn time. Gaze at the sun, charge the soul up. When you gaze at the sun, you feel that energy just going through the whole body, because the soul now is charging itself up. We've been gazing at electricity too long, which is a low energy, instead of looking at the sun. People can't even look at the sun, man. They be like, yo, man, that shit too bright. It's not bright. You just vibrating low. You forgot what it was to vibrate high. Because when you vibrate low, you forget. As I stated before, your memories is linked to your vibration. Based upon how you vibrating will determine how much of your memories you could access. If you vibrating low as hell, meaning that there's cloggage all up in your body and the energy ain't flowing freely, you ain't gonna be able to access your memories. But if you vibrating high, you ain't never gonna forget. The God race is feeling comfortable with forgetting right now. They feeling, period. You ain't even supposed to be feeling. When you begin to feel, that means that you are completely submerged in the matrix. You are one with matter when you begin to feel. Because when you feeling, it shows that that analytical part of you is no longer functioning, which would be the pineal gland, because it's vibrating low. So now you fell down into the ego. When you fall out of the realm of critical analysis, you dwell down in the realm of limbo. Limbo is darkness, which means ignorance, which means the ego, which means you decipher everything based on something that you don't know. Oh, I believe this, I believe that. When you believe, you don't know. You believing because you feeling too damn much. You ain't thinking. Yeah, I'm looking at the sun right now, son, and I just see the purple beam. Ooh-wee. Get that energy, boy. Get that violet. Yeah. Just feel that energy. I better stop playing games, man. Get that energy from that sun, man. Kill them parasites that's in the body, man. Don't listen to these people, man, telling you that when you look at the sun, you go blind, man. But yeah, man. Came through the Stargate known as the sun. That's home right there, man. The God race didn't come from no Africa. Right there. The sun. That's where we at. We got kicked out of the console, man. We got kicked out, man. We can't even, we're not even allowed up there. That, yo, you looking at the sun right now, it's already showing you that you have to be on a certain mental frequency in order to occupy that dimension. Because that's a high dimension right there. That's a high dimension. That's showing you right there. People be like, damn, it's hot. When you get up under the AC, you sending a message saying, yo, I ain't even ready to go back home. That's where the gods is at, man. Gods don't sleep, man. Gods constantly work. Gods don't use a flesh body, a matter body. The gods is in their real body, which is the light body that is pulsating so many colors rapidly. You know what I'm saying? Pulsating mad colors rapidly. It's just constantly vibrating, and it gives off a tone. It gives off a strong bassy vibrational tone. That's why when the gods will communicate with you, it'll be a strong bassy vibration you feel, and the sigils, because they speak in sigils, which is pure energy. They don't use this English language or any other this other language, Japanese, patois, whatever language it is out here. They don't use that. They use the language of fire to communicate with you, man. And they communicate directly to the gland. They hit the gland with it. They hit the pineal gland with it, and it just comes in strong, a strong vibration. Your body will shake like you getting shocked. I'm speaking from first-hand experience, man. The codes, man. It's all about the codes. Agent Smith told you that. He said, I need what's in your head, what's in your mind. He was talking about the pineal gland. I need the codes, because we got the direct link. Before Nextel was invented, we had the direct link with the real God, but we accepted these fake, false matrix gods, the gods of the matrix. Your Jesus, your Allah, your Yahweh, your Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, your Buddha. We accepted the matrix, and those gods is nothing but archons. They powerful spirits. What do spirits need? They need your concentrated thought to eat. That's how they eat. They eat off your concentration, man. So you sitting up here focusing on some Jesus Christ, not knowing that you feeding that spirit. That's an archon, man. All those gods is archons, because they were all created. They are a hybrid god. Your GMO gods, your gods of religion. They are all here to govern the mentally insufficient beings. People who can't think, they just feel. Because a thinking man or a thinking woman would ask a lot of questions, and then when them questions get answered or they don't get answered, I mean, number one, man, if you just sit down and just analyze the story, man, that'll let you know that it's fugazi, man. It's so BS, man. If you analyze it, it's just so BS. The whole story. Here you have a man with advanced knowledge and powers running around in a goddamn desert, looking like a spirit. That's why they walk around with them robes, man. That symbolizes that spirit attire. You know what I mean? Turn the other cheek. What? Turn the other cheek? Man, you crazy? We'll lay you down. Period. Lay you down off intellect. But yeah, man, that whole age, man, you see they got the yellow bus, man. That symbolizes the sun. The yellow bus symbolizes the sun. And you see they got the hecker. They got the symbol of time. The symbol of time is the hexagon. As I stated before, the symbol, the Ouroboros is not so much the symbol of time. It's a symbol of continuum. But this right here, the hexagon, is the symbol of time because time is associated with the planet Saturn. And the hexagon is the symbol for the planet Saturn. You know what I'm saying? So they got the yellow bus, which symbolizes the sun that travels the youngins to school, which is scholar, to get reprogrammed because they disconnected from the real sun. So now they have to go through an artificial sun, which is the cheese bus. You know what I'm saying? Which is the bus. And the bus, the word bus comes from the word bull. Oh yes. The word bus came from the word bull. And they got a lot of bull symbolism encrypted in the Bible. The two bulls, the bull god in heaven and the bull god in hell. The crescent horns, the thorns. The word thorn comes from the word horns. That's why they put the crown of thorns on Jesus' head. That's why Jesus symbolizes the God of heaven. He had the horns, and the other god, the demigod, the devil, Satan, also had horns. But his horns just symbolizes the crescent of the moon, the waxing and waning. The same symbol that the Crips throw up when they throw their hands in a cross and hold the two C's up. They showing that they affiliated with the Crypt keeper, lunar beings. That's why Crypt color is blue, because blue is associated with the moon. And that's why the Bloods is red, because that's associated with the sun, and that's a blood sacrifice. And that was not developed by no regular gangbangers. That was developed by the damn elites. And it was given out to these celebrities to put out there so the masses will get onto it so they could be caught up in the realm of confusion. Running around thinking that they a damn thug. That's a program of the Matrix. You thinking you a thug is a program of the Matrix. You thinking you a trapper. That's a program of the Matrix. You thinking you a real nigga. That's a program of the Matrix. The Matrix. Those are all artificial consciousnesses. Those are all consciousness that's artificial. It's not real. It's something that was adopted by the Matrix. You thinking you a bad bitch. That's something that came from the Matrix. How do we know this? It was created. And for the mere fact, people only assign those titles to themselves because they vibrate on an ego, because they want to feel a certain way. They want to have a certain level of status, and they want people to see them in a certain light. But that light is an illusion, because that's the false light, because that's not the original genetic code that was encrypted in your DNA. That is a hack electronic code. They use electricity to hack you. They encode certain frequencies in electric particles and send those electric particles to you, and it revamp or reconfigure your DNA. Now you thinking you a thug. You a trapper. You know what I mean? You no longer a god. You ain't no longer a god. You a nigga. You a human. You a Christian. You're a 7-day Adventist. You're a Scientologist. You're an astronaut. You're an aviator. You're a plumber. You're a doughboy. All artificial titles, man. The Matrix is heavy, bro. Tell y'all, man, your 10-year conversation Just deciphering the matrix. Focus on the sun. Focus on it. Charge up your soul. Because when you gaze at the sun, you're reconnected. We got disconnected from the sun. And once we disconnected from the sun, we got reconnected with the moon. The moon deals with confusion and chaos. It deals with a mental distortion. That's why they call those people lunatics. Lunatic come from the word luna. And what is a tick? A tick is a parasite. A tick is only attracted to creatures. They got fur. The human race, they get ticks. A tick is a parasite. So when they telling you that you are a lunatic, they're basically saying that you have a mental distorted mindset that's based on a parasitic foundation. Parasites always want to feed. They need a host, then they feed. Don't think that the lunatics only exist in the ward or the G buildings. Nah, there's lunatics on the highway right now. I put my signal on right now and I try to turn. Somebody gonna hit the gas and try to speed up on me. Why? Because they want to feel. That's why they blow the horns, because it makes them feel good. And if they don't let you in, they get a surge. They get a low frequency surge that channels throughout their body, and it makes them feel good. It makes them feel like they just reflected some form of dominance. Oh, I got over on you. Yeah, I'm much more of a man than you. Yeah, I ain't let you get in this lane. That's the ego, man. Killing the light. Dimming the solar light. You know what I mean? All want to feel. It's all fake, part of the matrix. The highway ain't real. Ain't nothing high about this way. Might be using an example because things is moving fast, but if your soul ain't vibrating fast, man, you ain't going nowhere, because the path has already been governed by the people who pave this highway. So where you really going? The matrix. Nowhere. The twilight zone, the zone of twin lights. The high energy daytime, low energy nighttime. All got to do with the matrix. This whole realm is an illusion. The only truth in this dimension is the sunlight that's coming to this dimension. That's it. Once that sunlight, you know what I'm saying, goes through certain like different principles. If the sunlight is aimed to go through different principles, then it becomes an illusion, because it becomes stripped down. It becomes an illusion, straight up. The real is at the source. The real is not at the reflection, because you got to know a reflection is a first sign of a hybrid source. I'll give you a practical example. A reflection is a first sign of a hybrid source. Like somebody can have a light and then they will reflect that light off a mirror. That reflection that's going off that mirror has already been altered. So therefore it's not in its original state. So it's a hybrid. Once it's not in its original state, it has become compromised. It's no longer natural. Straight up. The project though, when you projecting, means you keep pushing it forward. You're pushing it forward. You're pushing the signal forward. And you're not using no hybrid substances to relay the energy off of, man. But yeah, man. Earth, man. Yo, bruh. Damn, cuz. All along, man, we've been on a fake planet, thinking that this planet was real. Fake mere fact that this planet has seasons. When you're looking at the planet's seasons, you're looking at certain parts of the planet that needs to go through a recharging process. Your winter, which would be like a dormant state where the energy is low. Then you get your spring, you know what I'm saying, when the energy is starting to pick back up. Then you get your summer when the energy is at its height. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at like a charge down to charge back up. Hybrids. What season is it on the sun? It's summer all year round on the sun. You know, that's why so-called black, well, that's why the carbonated beings love the summer, man. When we out here in the summer, we like, yo, that's what it is, man. This my weather right here. Okay, that's because that's the sun. That's the sun weather. That's the weather of the sun. Summer is not the weather of Earth. Summer is the weather of the sun. That winter and that spring, that fall, that got to do with the Earth. Your winter and your spring and your fall, those are seasons of the Earth. Those are the 3 seasons. Those are the seasons of the Earth. But that summer is a season that comes from the sun. Facts. So that's why when we get reintroduced to the summer, we like, yo, man, I got so much energy right now. This is my weather right here. I love being out here in the sun. Why? Because we are from the planet where the sun, or where summer is continuous. There is no winter on the damn sun. There is no snowstorms. There is no spring, no rain. There is no rain on the sun. The sun is too damn hot to have water on it. The sun is vibrating too high to even have low frequency apparatuses. Only high frequency bodies, light in its purest form, could exist on the sun. When you're looking at, when I went there and I seen those crystals, those were high frequency crystals. High frequency crystals is pure light. Pure light. High frequency crystals is pure light. Low frequency crystals are matter. You could grab it. Because in order for something to be solid, the vibration has to be slowed down. So when you're looking at the high frequency crystals, they straight light. Straight light. On a whole nother level, man. It'll be like matter on a high frequency. It'll be matter on a high frequency, man. What? Yo, bruh. Yo, man, it's so bright up there, man. But then again, when you go, see, it look bright now, but when you go inside of it, it doesn't look bright like that. It doesn't look bright like that at all, man. I'm gonna use this as an example so you can get an idea, but it's not 100% total. It'll look like this, meaning that objects, or should I say, meaning that the whole environment. I don't want to use the word objects because we already got programmed to see this as objects, but meaning that the environment would be visible like this. It wouldn't be as bright as how you see it when you look at the sun right here and you see how bright that is. It wouldn't be like that. Because it's like you recalibrated your energy to vibrate on the frequency of the sun. So therefore it wouldn't be bright. The only reason why the sun is bright to us because we vibrating on a frequency that's the same as the damn planet, Earth. But if we was vibrating on the frequency of the sun, that wouldn't be bright to us. That'd be normal. That'd be normal. It'd be like this. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you already know what it is, cuz. Yo, man, gaze at that sun, man. Reconnect the soul, man. Charge up. Get your gland online. Get your gland up. And know that you ain't got no age. You ain't how old you are. That just got to do with how long the body been on this planet in regards to how long your soul or your spirit been encased in that body in this particular time zone, time frame. And the age got to do with the stargate that you came through, the portal, meaning that the vibration. Because when you born on certain months, don't think that when you born on certain, and the reason why they say that you born on certain months, why they title it months, is because they want to keep everybody coming through the lunar gate, because the word month came from the word moon. So when they say like, well, you was born in the month of January, it's basically saying that you came through the lunar gate, the low frequency star gate, in the month of January, and that all got to do with the moon aligned with the planet on a certain position. That's all it is. The months break down into positions that the moon was aligned with certain planets. So they keep you thinking that you was born in a month, when subliminally that's basically saying that you came through a lunar gate. When you born in the month of blah blah blah, say you born in the month of August, meaning that you came through the moon when it was positioned in the frequency that they call August. August is an illusion, man. That matrix is heavy, bro. When I say that the matrix